Southwest Florida's news leader. This is Wink News Now.
What a lucky girl I am today. I've got Clayton on one side.
She's sadly mistaken, and she has no idea what she's in for.
We are back live outside Cowboys Stadium as we get ready for the Sweet 16.
Good morning, just before 7:41, and gotta admit, I love that song in the Kia commercial with the hamsters when they get out on the red carpet and they pop the jacket a little bit. He's also not too bad of an actor if you saw him on SNL a couple of years ago either.
A cockroach is probably one creature you don't ever want running up to you. I know that's certainly how I feel.
Show you right here. I just took probably right out of that script. That's one gutter ball for Rachel and one gutter ball for Santa.
Day one of FGCU's first ever trip to the NCAA basketball tournament was a long one. It all started with a long charter flight from Fort Myers to Philadelphia.
You see the fights. What you don't see is Stephanie out there, right there in the front row, yelling and egging them all on, trying to throw a jab, come back with the right hook.
Yeah.
Man, what a year. A lot happened. Gabby Douglas happened. Quarterbacks happened. A school I never heard of happened.
Well, it's not the school people have never heard of anymore. That is a new ESPN commercial previewing the ESPY Awards. And of course, FGCU is up for one of those awards. The Eagles have been nominated for Best Upset for their NCAA tournament win over Georgetown. They also knocked off San Diego State to become the first 15 seed to reach the Sweet 16. And frankly, any excuse to show this video, we've got to do it. ESPY Awards 1 week from tonight, and the fans vote on the winners. If you want to cast your vote, it's www.espys.com. Now, speaking of votes, this is Tim Hudson of the Braves taking advantage of an opportunity to stump for some votes for his teammate Freddie Freeman, who's up for a final All-Star spot. He was showing that sign during an interview. Giancarlo Stanton comes up big for the Marlins today, though. 2-run double. Marlins beat the Braves by a final score of 6-2. Also today, the Reds beat the Brewers, and the Mets lead the Giants. Now tonight, the hottest team in baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays, will try to make it 7 in a row and 11 of their last 12 when they take on the Twins. The Rays are just 3.5 games back of the Red Sox, who are in Seattle tonight. Could we see Manny Ramirez back in the major leagues soon without the hair? Manny hit his first home run last night for the Round Rock Express. That is the Texas Rangers AAA affiliate. So far, Ramirez is hitting an even .300 for Round Rock. He is 3 for 10. Tony Martin of Germany takes today's 11th stage of the Tour de France. Chris Froome takes second place and improves his overall lead in the event. And the Miami Dolphins are the newest member of the Naples Chamber of Commerce. Team reps and cheerleaders were in town today, and they brought along that Super Bowl trophy from the team's undefeated and championship-winning season back in 1972. The team is hoping to make more of an economic and community-building impact on this side of the state. Specifically Naples, you just get on 75, and it's a quick shot down to Dolphin Stadium for the games.
Depends on your definition of quick.
That's right. It depends on who's driving, too.
That's right. That's right.
It could make a big difference. All right, Clayton.
Start with the defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the Falcons, and this man was a big play guy for Baltimore last year. Torrey Smith, 77 yards on the touchdown reception from Joe Flacco. Ravens took the early lead, but the Falcons were the more impressive team tonight. Matt Ryan to Julio Jones for the touchdown. Ravens, though, win this game 27-23. Eagles taking on the Panthers. Chip Kelly in that new fast-paced offense in Philadelphia. How about these moves here from LaShawn McCoy? Potential top pick in your fantasy draft. That would lead to a Nick Foles touchdown run to give the Eagles a 7-0 lead. And then later on, Michael Vick buying some time here with his legs, looking over the middle to Riley Cooper, and he throws him a dart. That would lead to a McCoy touchdown. Eagles win it 14-9. The Browns were very impressive in beating the Lions tonight, and the Bears beat the Chargers. Matt Forte with a big night for Chicago. Tom Brady was back on the Patriots practice field today. Brady had to leave yesterday's practice after what looked like a scary knee injury, but he showed no ill effects today, and ESPN is reporting that he plans to play in tomorrow's preseason game against Tampa Bay. Major League Baseball is expanding instant replay next year, adding a challenge system similar to the one used in the NFL. Owners will vote on the proposal in November, and the Players Union and umpires would also have to agree to the changes. Baseball tonight, Red Sox taking on the Blue Jays. Toronto down 1-0 until Brett Lowry changes that with an RBI single. Jays go on to win it 2-1. Rays taking on the Mariners. Meet Asia, the 20-foot python. Rays manager Joe Madden brought her in, says that it's the year of the snake on the Chinese calendar, and who are we to question him? Some of the players embraced her, some of them, no, not so much. I'd be that guy.
Me too.
Hiding on top of the counter.
Me too.
Madden also brought in some penguins this year. Fifth inning, Evan Longoria takes that one out of here. His 23rd of the year. Rays win at 7-1, no doubt inspired by Asia. Twins beat the White Sox tonight. Angels over the Yankees. Tigers top the Royals. A's blank the Astros. Cardinals over the Pirates. And the Reds beat the Brewers. I'm about to hide up on this desk just thinking about the potential of pythons.
They were inspired by
Yeah,
Asia.
they
They
were
were scared to death of Asia.
If you win this game, we're not going to bring Asia
If not,
back.
we feed you to him.
Otherwise, she's going to be in there. And she's not going to be happy. What's he going to do for the year?
Josh Erder is unique, and not just because he's a 14-year-old soccer star. Josh has Tourette's syndrome, a neurological disorder characterized by involuntary movements and noises called tics.
The thing with tics is that it's like a roller coaster. It's like you have your highs and your lows.
At first glance, Mike Trujillo, one of Josh's coaches, misunderstood the tics.
Well, my initial impression is I thought he was making fun of me the first time. He was making some noises, and I kind of said, hey, who's ever making noises needs to stop. And then Coach Gordon came up behind me and whispered, Coach, he's got Tourette's. And I went, oh, okay, no problem.
For years, Josh wouldn't talk about his fight with Tourette's.
I was always the kid who, if you asked me, I would just going up in a shell, and I just ignore it and not say anything because I couldn't stand talking about it.
Until his brother was born, and his constant prayer at night was just, the only time I ever knew it bothered Josh was that he would pray that Jacob would never get it.
But Josh's fear came true. Last year, his brother Jacob was also diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome. Josh was afraid that Jacob's kindergarten classmates wouldn't understand the disorder, so Josh decided to explain it to them.
I was like, Mom, I gotta go talk to his class about Tourette's. And she's
Like, you're going to talk to Jacob's class, the kid that doesn't tell anybody about it? And he said, no, I'm serious. I'll talk to his class.
Josh's speech was so impressive that he was asked to speak to the entire school. Then other schools came calling.
The word courage. When you look at a 14-year-old boy with the syndrome he has and the syndrome his brother has, he decided to be the guy at the front, to lead this whole passionate education, not only for the Oasis School, but now for the state of Florida.
Josh's story of courage has spread beyond Florida all the way to Washington, D.C. That's where Josh will speak Thursday before the Senate as Florida's ambassador for Tourette's syndrome.
The president of the Florida chamber of Tourette's told me that he feels though he wants to nominate me to go to D.C.
When I heard that, I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, how he's talking about his Tourette's and what he's going through.
Josh's teammates barely notice his tics anymore. What they do notice is his leadership. They voted Josh one of their team captains.
He never gives up. Is great.
I felt like a leader, cause I've been striving for that all year.
What he brings to the team is amazing. It's amazing. There's not a child on this team, there's not a player on this team who doesn't respect him at the utmost.
Josh Erder may have a unique disorder, but what he's done with it makes him truly stand out. In Cape Coral, Clayton Ferraro, Wink Sports Now.